Fedora Outlier LLC logo animation. Logo is burnt orange, reddish brown. The shape is a square with a white outer glow creating dimension. The letters FO are in the center of the square. The letters have a hand-drawn artistic appearance. Backdrop is black with light flares that appear then disappear. There is a transparent mirror image of the logo underneath.
Oh, hey. What's up, everybody? Listen, man, I am back to recording videos on my iPhone. Why? Because my video switcher, I think, has went out, and so can't do all the fancy. Actually, I never practiced any of the fancy stuff on my iPhone because I had multiple cameras and a switcher and blah blah blah. But should have that worked out soon. I'm gonna step outside and take a little stroll down the walkway and talk to you guys about this thing that I hate as far as pricing. The things that I hate with pricing is somebody does a job and at the end you ask them how much is it, they say just pay me what you think it's worth. Oh, I hate that with a passion. The other thing is working by the hour. I hate working by the hour. I hate hourly pay. It just sucks. So I'm gonna tell you some ways around it and some ways to actually increase your pockets while thinking about this whole subject right after this.
The words Fedora Outlier LLC in the center of the screen. In each corner, 4 different videos of Vashaun Jones, an African-American bald man. In each video, he is sitting in different rooms in his music production studio. One with yellow walls, one red, one orange, all with soundproofing materials. Headphones, computer screen, keyboards, microphones, various recording gear shown in each of the videos.
Alright, so yeah, we are back and I'm about to step right in the middle of the street. Alright, so this thing about pay me what you think is worth. What that actually tells a person is you don't know your worth, right? When the guy comes to cut my grass, I got a beautiful lawn in the front. The dogs did not tear the front yard up. But here's the thing. When he comes to cut my grass, he don't say, hey man, pay me what you think it's worth. You know what he says? He says, hey, $75. And he stands there like he's waiting on a tip. No, he doesn't, but I tip him anyway because him and his team actually do a great job. But it tells me that you don't know your value. You haven't put a price on it. It's like Beyonce, if you really want it, better put a ring on it. Got to put a price on it. That'll make you feel good and it'll make them feel good. Now, here's the other thing. Oh, and cheap people, man, let me tell you something. Don't you hate looking at something nice, like, say it's a nice suede coat, and the salesperson told you all about the suede coat, and then you ask him the price, and then the person says, that's too rich for my blood. Or, like they got sticker shock or something. I mean, I just hate cheap. Oh, I hate cheap. But anyway, here's the other thing, man. Working by the hour. So I've often told people, hey, this is the thing with working by the hour, working per hour. It's a built-in conflict. You want it to last as long as possible because you're working by the hour, right? It's like when I was working in corporate. I quickly got the salary, but even that has its own thing. But salary is a way of understanding your value, and sometimes you barely work and sometimes you work your butt off, and it kind of evens itself out. But working by the hour means that you want it done as quickly as possible as the person that's paying, and I want it as the person receiving the money to last as long as possible. And so it's this built-in conflict, and that's why I hate it. because I don't want to, sit at a desk somewhere for an extra hour to fulfill this time clock thing, and get this extra $25 an hour. I just don't want to do it. And so I hate it. I hate people who charge by the hour. Imagine for my person who cuts my grass, Fernando. If Fernando charged me by the hour, man, he'd be out here all day. He'd be cutting the grass with scissors, right? All right, so, but what I do like is two things. Charging by the project, which is the same as cutting grass. $75, I cut your grass, everything looks good. It doesn't matter whether it takes me 3 hours to do it or whether I can do it in 20 minutes. That's the price. We'll make it happen. Let's get it. The other thing is hourly, but I work my hours. I do my task and I add it up into hours. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you got a virtual assistant. And so the virtual assistant does 7 things for you that day. Well, I don't really care when he or she gets it done. I just care that it is done. And she says, well, it took me, 10 hours to do it, and 10 hours times whatever the negotiated rate is, that's what is paid. It seems to work out a lot better like that when you are giving something in the payment, which is the flexibility of time to be able to do it whenever they choose, as long as it's not something that's important and or urgent. And so that's how I kind of think of money, and then and getting paid. But the biggest thing in all of this is to be able to work and create a lifestyle for yourself that works for you. So I get to be out here and record videos and still make money. And make money is the operative word. It is what is being done. So nevertheless, getting paid by the hour, knowing your value. Don't just tell somebody, hey, just pay me what you think it's worth. It's a very awkward moment there, because I'll give you $5 and you'll just walk off mad. And if you're ever bold enough to have the conversation with, that wasn't worth $5, it was like worth a whole bunch more, but you didn't pay me a whole bunch more, I would tell you it's because you don't value yourself enough to put a price on it. So you guys know what it is, man. Put a price on it. Let's change the world. Let's change the world together.
Light flares moving over a black backdrop. The word empowerment in orange, all uppercase, appears behind the flares. Underneath the word empowerment, in white lettering, also behind the flares, is a mechanism by which individuals, groups, and communities gain mastery over their affairs. Light flares fade. A transparent mirror image of the words are also underneath.